Colo, 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 Toure! Jesus fucking Christ! For the Lord of God, what the fuck was Colo Toure thinking about today? So I've just finished watching the exciting 1-1 draw between Liverpool and West Brom today. As you can see, I'm exhausted by the game today. So basically today Liverpool followed up the exciting disappointment of missing out on the signing of Konoplyanka last Friday night by drawing today against West Brom. So Brendan Rodgers started with the same team that beat Everton 4-0 at the start of the week. It's not to say that he has much choice, does he? So same formation, same personnel, same tactics basically, but quite a different game in the end. The first half, Liverpool dominated proceedings without having any real clear-cut chances. Liverpool took the lead through a Daniel Sturridge tap-in. I don't know if it's the assist of the season from Luis Suarez or it's one of the luckiest goals of the season. But anyway, I think Suarez got on the end of the through ball in the box and twisted inside out. And when looking at the replay in the first half, around the 20th or 23rd minute of the match. So, like I said, when you look at the replay, it doesn't look as if he was... it doesn't look at Daniel Sturridge, who's on the right-hand side of Ben Foster at the West Brom goal. He just twisted inside out, like I said, and just lifted the ball upwards. But either it would have been a terrible miss, but in the end it turned out to be a wonderful assist, and Daniel Sturridge buried it. So we were 1-0 up. West Brom, like I'm telling you, didn't control proceedings in the first half. Liverpool dominated possession and controlled the midfield also. The only half 50-50 chance that I remember from West Brom in the first half, I think, is from a corner that West Brom got in the first half, and one of the West Brom defenders won the header against Flanagan or Martin Skirtel at the right hand side post of Mignolet, and Mulumba, whatever his name is, got at the end of the header with a straight volley at Mignolet. So this was about the only real chance for West Brom in the first half. But Liverpool, despite controlling, dominating possession in the first half, didn't have any real chance. In the second half, it was a whole different story. I think West Brom altered their formation and they played a 4-4-2, and straight away they dominated proceedings. They dominated possession, and you could sense that the West Brom goal equalizer was coming. But a little bit against the run of play, you would have to say that before the West Brom equalizer, Luis Suarez had a glorious opportunity to make it 2-0. I won't be criticizing Luis Suarez too much with this chance because he did everything right. He got at the end of a long ball. I don't quite remember if it was from Steven Gerrard, and he was one-on-one against Lugano. He turned inside Lugano, beat Lugano, and then with a second good touch, beat another West Brom defender, but when he applied the trigger, Ben Foster with a desperate left peg just kept the ball out, and it was the turning point in the match, I think, because it would have been 2-0. But like I say, West Brom continued, kept believing, so credit to them, and they dominated Liverpool also. But strangely, their equalizer, you couldn't have believed it. It came from one of our most experienced defenders, Kolo Toure, who basically made one of the most beautiful assists to ex-Everton man Victor Anichebe, who came on for West Brom in the second half and had quite a positive effect for them, and in the end got the equalizer. So he very gratefully accepted the golden gift by Kolo Toure, who made a straight square pass just in front of the defense, and it went straight to Anichebe, 1-on-1 against Mignolet, 1-1. And then it was touch and go, you know, it was a bit 50-50. West Brom kept pushing. Liverpool were trying to find the desperate winner, but they weren't at the races today. I thought Jordan Henderson looked a bit tired. Steven Gerrard did all right, but Luis Suarez overall performance wasn't that great. But who can criticize Luis Suarez and Sturridge also? My Liverpool man of the match will have to go to Raheem Sterling. I thought today he did great again, pacey, strong, tracked back in defense. Just his final ball, his crossing needs to be improved a little bit, but credit to Raheem Sterling. He played well today. Philippe Coutinho looked a bit tired also. Brendan Rodgers in the end, due to the West Brom pressure, took off Coutinho and John Flanagan and replaced them by Martin Kelly and Joe Allen. Joe Allen did all right. As for the substitution of Flanagan, I'm hoping that it's only a tactical one and just to maybe rest Flanagan, because Flanagan is miles ahead of Martin Kelly for me. I'm not at all calm when I see Martin Kelly on the pitch nowadays. It's a shame, you know, because Martin Kelly for me had a very promising start to his Liverpool career, but it would seem as if the injuries have taken their toll now. He's simply not the same player as he was before, and I can understand now why it has taken such a long time for Martin Kelly to come back, but definitely I prefer John Flanagan. So anyway, today we have to say it's 2 points dropped. It was a big opportunity today for Liverpool to create some breathing space with the rest of the chasing pack for the top four, because this is the only thing that we're fighting for now. Forget about the title, guys. Maybe we'll have to see with the result of Chelsea against Manchester City tomorrow. We can maybe hope for third place, but for now, if we can scrape fourth place, it will be a very good season for us. But the title is finished today. The gap, surely Arsenal will beat Crystal Palace, and in any case, we simply do not have the squad in terms of depth and quality, like I said, to compete with the likes of City and Chelsea, and even Arsenal also. The gap is too huge now. So we have to concentrate first on trying to get fourth place and then maybe think about third place, but I'm not getting carried away, and we have to see what happens now. Next weekend it's a game against Arsenal at Anfield. It's massively important that Liverpool don't lose this game. Obviously I would love them to win, but it won't be easy. And before ending this video, just a few words about the transfer deadline day. Massive disappointment, like I told you. But if you watch my last video, like I'm telling you, I did a video 5 hours before the end of the transfer window. I stopped believing. But it would seem as if that right until the end, Liverpool had a chance to sign this Yevan Konoplyanka. Various stories here and there why it didn't happen, who's to blame, but at the end of the day, who cares? It doesn't matter now. It's gone, guys. It's finished. We have to go with what we have. What I will say is that whoever's fault it might have been now, at the end of the day, Liverpool have simply been not good enough in this transfer window and in the last transfer windows, to be fair. Clearly something needs to be done to review the strategy, review the transfer committee. Like I said also before in my previous video, I criticize Ian Ayre. For sure he must be at fault, but whether he's at fault 100%, we'll have to see. But in any case, the whole transfer strategy isn't working, guys. I'm not interested to know whether it was the Dnipro boss, millionaire Russian oligarch was a hard one to negotiate or whatever. In the first place, we shouldn't have even been in this situation in the first place, trying desperately to sign a player until the very last minute. And as if missing out on Mkhitaryan, Willian, maybe Diego Costa didn't want to come, Mohamed Salah, and now Konoplyanka. It's very, very, very disappointing and very hard to take. Very frustrating, guys. But like I said now, who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter now. It doesn't even matter to know the reason why the transfer broke down. It's finished now, guys. We have to go with what we have. And it will be very, very tough now, because the squad is massively thin, and on top of this we have a massive injury list. So it's absolutely surprising, scandalous and crazy that Liverpool haven't actually even... I thought that it was defensive reinforcements that Liverpool needed more than attacking reinforcements. But if one thing that you maybe you can understand from Brendan Rodgers seeking a new attacking midfielder is that, like I told you before, guys, the goals are... Who scored today? Who scored today? Daniel Sturridge. Who scored in the last few games? Suarez, or Sturridge, or Suarez. And maybe 1 or 2 penalties from Steven Gerrard. Alright, Steven Gerrard got a fantastic header against Everton. But who else scores the goals? Nobody, guys. Nobody. So, but the main worry is that the defense is very, very shaky. For sure, the long-term injury to Jose Enrique, Mamadou Sakho, and Daniel Agger is playing a big part in this. But the strategy needs to be reviewed, guys. This is a blatant fact, like Rafael Benitez would have said. Some question marks also a little bit about Brendan Rodgers or the transfer cup. All of them, in fact, because they keep talking about valuation, not overpaying and so. But do you remember that we've invested, I think, almost more than £20 million on Iago Aspas, Thiago Llori, and Luis Alberto? Those 3 players, one has already been flushed out on loan. I'm talking about Thiago Llori. And the other 2, Iago Aspas, not good enough, guys. Luis Alberto might come good in the end. He looks to have lots of potential. But for £7 million, Luis Alberto, this is massive overpay. And Iago Aspas also at £7 to £8 million. Huge question marks for me. Obviously, the previous regime also, like I said, was a total fiasco when Damien Comolli and Kenny Dalglish were there. Because imagine why Damien Comolli, for instance, chose Stuart, because there were some reports a few months, quite a few months now ago, that at some point Kenny Dalglish and Comolli had the choice between Mata, Ashley Young and Downing. And they bought Stuart Downing over Mata and Ashley Young simply because in terms of statistics, Stuart Downing did more crosses than Ashley Young and Juan Mata. So does it mean that when you... Statistics is very interesting, but it's all about interpretation. You need a balancing act. You cannot buy Stuart Downing at £20 million on top of Juan Mata and Ashley Young simply because Stuart Downing made more crosses. So anyway, the previous regime also was a total fuck up, but unfortunately for Liverpool, this current regime of, and I don't even know who is in this transfer committee, some Manchester City scouts rejects, likes of Dave Fallows, or I don't even remember the names, Ian and Brendan Rodgers, but it's clearly not working, guys. Anyway, let me know what you think, leave your comments. Thanks to all those who have watched my videos before and left the comments, really appreciate it. And thanks to my new subscribers, and keep following, keep commenting, really appreciate it. And now all eyes on the next game at Anfield against Arsenal. Fingers crossed for this, guys. Alright, leave you there, take care, bye.